If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Well, hey, what did we stumble upon here? There was this EA Direct tweet that came out earlier today that in my daily video, I actually did not talk about. I didn't talk about it for a reason. I got some comments saying like, hey, did you miss this? Or, you know, there's this EA tweet. I don't know if you saw it or not. And thank you if you did comment that on the video. But I did see it and I wanted to talk about a certain part of this plus a Reddit post on my second channel today, because I'm probably going to be talking for a while. I didn't want to add that on to my daily video to make it 25 minutes. I was like, all right, I'll just talk about it on the second channel today. But basically, EA dropped this tweet, which is, we're opening the player feedback portal beta for EA Sports FC 25. You can easily let us know your thoughts about the game. Okay, cool. At least we have a place like that we know we can type something into, and at least there's like a specific place to go. In the portal, you can select various aspects of the game to give feedback on, and it only takes a few minutes to fill out. So, okay, you know, what will happen? Probably not much, but at least there's something that you can go to and like have a chance to have your voice heard, right? But then there was this Reddit post just kind of highlighting the player feedback portal being opened, right? This is what I want to talk about today, because there was a long comment down here talking about basically we are the reason FC 25 sucks, and it's the community's fault mostly, not fully. I'm sure he's not meaning that, but mostly our fault because our ideas suck. And I kind of want to get into my thoughts on that here in a little bit, but to give some context, there was this reply to the post saying pretty much what they're going to do with whatever suggestions you share. And if you click on the GIF here, it's the GIF of the printer paper going directly from the printer into the shredder. So it's a pretty funny GIF. But then he says down here, the guy was replying to that GIF, he's saying, which is not a bad thing. The devs are fucking clueless, but so are most of the fan base. We are where we are with the game because EA have followed more and more community ideas every year, and the community ideas are fucking shit. I'll go through his first bullet points here and we'll kind of continue from there. So bear with me for a sec while I read these. People asked for nerf left stick dribbling to stop it feeling arcadey. Now you turn like a truck and have to add multiple different secondary inputs just to do basic dribbling instead of having contextual dribbling. People asked for more ways to score from range, so they gave you a green timing intervalo / finesse power shots, which made it profitable to sit in midfield and shoot from range rather than creating chances and breaking down the opposition. Third bullet point. People asked for more diverse squads and a wider range of ways to use players like in Football Manager. Now we have roles and it forces you to either players with shitty positioning or pick certain players and formations to fit the players you have. There are really diverse teams, but it doesn't feel good to be forced into it. Last bullet point, people asked for a way to stop fast players from being away after getting in behind. They added accelerate, so now Rodri's as fast as Mbappe. Everyone plays on 91 depth because pace doesn't matter. Okay, well, I guess there's a few things here. I mean, my main, I guess, point I want to say here is that I think this is so generous to EA right now because we can't act like there were two outcomes to add these additions to the game, right? We can't act like people ask for more diverse squads and a wider range of ways to use players like in Football Manager. We can't act like the only way that could have ever been implemented was through this roles system that they have. There are not two outcomes to this. There are an unlimited number of outcomes. And this is why I feel like you just cannot be this generous to EA when it comes to this game because, listen, I'm well aware that the community does not know what it wants a lot of the time. I'm well aware of that. And I actually think we should know what we want more often. I think that would help EA at times. If you've watched my channel before, I've been critical at times when YouTubers and stuff like that don't have any camaraderie on what we actually want. So that can be a problem. However, people ask for more diverse squads and a wider range of players to use like Football Manager. How in the hell is that a bad idea? It's only a bad idea in hindsight because there's a system in this game now that sucks for some people, that they don't like it. So now it's a bad idea to have the more diverse squads, wide range of players. They listen to community feedback. It's our fault because the system is bad. But it's like, wait a second. There could have been 1,000 different ways to make it better, make things more diverse and wider range of players without doing this role system. Because with that, do we expect to be forced into certain roles and players? Like he says down here, but it does not feel good to be forced into it. Do we expect to be forced into certain roles because EA wanted to sell another part of a card? We didn't know that was going to happen. The community had no idea. They're just asking for a wider, more of a diverse squad variety. And then EA fuck up the system, and then it's our fault because we asked for it. So it's not as simple as like, oh, they listen to us and we have shit ideas. It's like, hold on. First of all, even if we had shit ideas, even if I granted you that the community was at fault for a large portion of why the game sucks, right? Even if I granted you every bullet point here or whatever, your solutions are down here, so we'll talk about those in a sec. But even if I granted you all of this, plus all of the solutions, and then make the game better, that you think would make the game better, should it be our job as a community to basically handhold EA, a billion-dollar company with unlimited resources almost, to make a good game? Is that on us? I mean, maybe, I guess, if you think so. I mean, I would say it's not up to us to handhold them and make a game. It's like, okay, well, if you do this, I promise it'll be good. But then we have the same problem. Look, you have solutions down here. Pick a random one. Remove power shot, replace it with drilled shot. Bring back double tap, triple tap, X for different types of crosses while you're at it. New drilled crosses are dog shit. That's just not true, by the way. It's like a meta way to cross. So say you had like the low driven shot back, right? It comes out, it's mad overpowered. And guess what people would say? You had the idea of bringing back the drilled shot. It's overpowered. It broke the game. It's our fault. We don't know what we want. That's not how this works. It can't work that way. We cannot let EA off the hook at every angle. I think what you can criticize us on is that we're not very organized in what we do want. I think that that's fine. That's a fine criticism to have. I just don't think every time that they make or they implement something that the community kind of requested but ends up kind of sucking, it's not our fault it sucks. It's technically both of our faults, but mainly the people who make the game, who like should have the good ideas. Even if I granted that we all have bad ideas, shouldn't they have the good ideas? They have unlimited resources, hella talent, I'm sure, at the company. I'm sure they have hella talent there, right, guys? They have to, right? Please, they have to. Why is it only us? It is the community's fault that the game is bad. It just can't be that way. There's no way it can be. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, I don't understand how you don't really see this aspect to this where it's like, hey, don't listen to the community. Also, listen to my feedback. It's like, okay, this is the thing. There's so much nuance to this. You can't just say the community at large is, you know, don't listen to them. The absolute worst thing they can do is listen to the community at large, right? Literally a sentence right here. And I guess he's saying that like his opinions maybe are not the opinions of the community at large, when it's like make left stick dribbling viable and bring back contextual dribbling. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the majority of the community has an opinion. Slight nerf for defending. Yeah, you don't say. I mean, it's like, come on. None of these are like bad ideas, obviously. I'm just saying that it's just, you can't in one hand say don't listen to anybody and then, oh yeah, here's why you should listen to me, right? And surely EA won't fuck up my ideas. Like that's the problem here is EA, we always say the intention's good, right? The intention is usually good in terms of things that they add into the game. The execution, hot ass. We always say that, and it's true. In the bottom paragraph here, let's read it. This game is a game and should be fun. Totally agree. The people got what they wanted and now realize it was far better before. Well, like I said, a lot more complicated than that. As with many games that live long enough to see them go to shit, people realize they need a reset, start over from 5+ years ago, and then build off that. FIFA's definitely at that stage. Just kill everything they've done in the past 5 years and go again. So I've seen this sentiment like a few times on my comments being like, the community is basically the reason why this game sucks. And then obviously we aren't even talking about the toxicity part, which is a whole different story that I think is an issue. I think the toxicity sucks. I think there's not much camaraderie in terms of the whole community, in terms of creators. I think there's not much of camaraderie between them at all because it's all divided because EA make it divided. You've got the anti-EA people, the pro-EA people, you've got the somewhere in the middle people, and then the fans get divided because of that too, because it's like, hey, you know, we don't fuck with that guy, and then, oh yeah, we do fuck with this guy, right? Meanwhile, EA sits back, rakes in the dollars, and it's our fault that their gameplay sucks dick. There's so much nuance to this stuff. In terms of the reset, sure, I'm cool with that. I think FIFA 19, I've said, had the best content to me because of League SBCs and stuff like that. You could make a ton of coins on League SBCs. That's like, I'm cool with that actually. But to go and say that it's our fault and we need a reset because it's our fault the gameplay sucks, that's asinine to me. Because on one hand, saying the devs are fucking clueless, but this post is pretty apologetic towards them, saying like, hey, they listened to us, right? They implemented exactly what we wanted, except no, they implemented a version of what they thought we wanted. And obviously I have criticisms on like individual bullet points saying everyone plays on 91 depth because pace doesn't matter. That's not why everyone's playing on 91 depth. Everyone's playing on 91 depth because 1, there's an auto offside trap. 2, there's an auto press in the game. So the AI will press you as if you are Prime Barcelona, Prime Man City. That somehow is one of the biggest issues with the gameplay for the past 2 years. It just doesn't get brought up in this at all. That we never asked for, by the way. Anybody asked for it to be easier to press people. You want the CPU to man mark everybody on the pitch. Like, this is why it's silly, okay? It's silly to say that it's all our fault. I'm not even sure he's saying that here. I think he's just saying it's majority our fault. I think it's silly to say it's majority our fault. Do we have things we can work on in terms of as a community? Obviously we do. We are toxic as fuck. We are not organized. We are not unified at all in terms of many aspects. You know, if you want to read through what he thinks would help down here, you can. It's all falls on deaf ears a bit when it's like, hey, stop listening to anybody. Oh yeah, listen to me. It's hard to really blame this guy because, you know, you reach a certain point, you know, I'm sure maybe you've had a relationship before with a friend or a significant other where it's like things are going so badly, right? They're going badly. You know, I don't know what's going on. You sit back and you're like, maybe it's me, right? Maybe it is me. Maybe I am the problem. People sit back and like, oh yeah, wait, didn't we ask for this and we asked for that? Maybe it is us. So it's a natural thing to do past a certain point because when it's like it all falls on deaf ears, when the gameplay sucks every year, it's like it has to be us, right? Not really. We're dealing with people that just don't, I think, have any idea what really they want. You have to remember just how incompetent these guys have been recently, guys. We're dealing with a company that has so many resources, and obviously I play their game a lot. I like so many aspects of this game. You just have to be aware that they're not very good at what they do. It's very simple. It's Occam's razor. Simplest answer to this question is that they're just not very good at what they do. And I think that's the answer to this. EA is just not very good at making gameplay. It's just that simple. But I don't know. I'll read your guys' comments on the next main channel video on this video. If you guys want to leave something, I'll read comments from this video on the main channel video next. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm faded, right? I could be wrong. I'm not saying I had the perfect ideas either. I'm not saying I'm like the arbiter of truth when it comes to FC 25. Like I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm just saying I don't think at all the reason why the game is bad is because of us. I just don't think so. And only us. I mean, I just don't think that's the case. But hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I love you all. See you soon. Peace.